There's two Roblox games with pretty interesting secrets hidden within them. There's this game called My Movie, where once you enter inside the game, it's literally an entire movie theater. You can go up to get your ticket, enter the theater room, and take a seat, and you can just watch movies that other Roblox players have actually made for you. Yeah, the game itself is actually pretty creative, but there's some pretty interesting secrets hidden within it. Like again, this is the entire theater room, but if you go over to the projector area, go upstairs and go through the door, here you'll be able to find a pretty interesting secret. See, if you go up to where the movie is playing and jump up right next to the machine, if you're careful, you can actually jump over and find an invisible walkway. Yeah, just go ahead and follow the walls. You'll eventually find a secret room that you can just walk through. And here is a dark red hallway with this weird looking statue that's always just kind of watching you. There's not really like any context to what this thing actually is. Nothing really happens when you go up to it, but the secrets don't end there. See, another interesting secret is if you go out the exit over here, go into the hallway, there's nothing really crazy on here. I mean, there is this wanted poster. Oh wait, I just found out that that poster is actually real. It was about a guy who hijacked a Boeing plane back in 1971. Yeah, that's pretty strange to find in a theater Roblox game, but the other secret lies within this door. See, it looks completely beat up, but also you'll notice some fog coming out of it. And not only that, if you walk up close to it, you start hearing some pretty strange sounds. Yeah, again, when you pull away from the door, you don't really hear anything, but again, once you get close to it, it leaves you wondering, what is going on inside this theater room? Yeah, that whole weird noise kind of reminds me of the secret in Spray Paint, where if you go in the sewers, there's also that weird breathing and screaming noises that occurs. And also, there seems to be like this weird strange symbol on the door. Not really sure what that is, but there's also another strange symbol in the theaters. And this one is a bit more interesting. See, if you go up to the big screen, walk up to it, kind of like glitch through it. But yeah, once you do this, if you shift lock and zoom out, you'll see this red symbol here. Now, what exactly is this thing? Well, I found out that it's actually a ruin symbol that's called Fehu. It's pretty much the letter F. Again, not really sure what this symbol is actually doing in this movie Roblox game. I know just according to legends, people have used the ruin symbols for occult usages, like in rituals and such, but it still just kind of leaves a mystery for this Roblox game. And what's creepy is that there's even more disturbing symbols in this obby game called Tower Troll Free Slap. Yeah, this game is definitely one of the most disturbing and weirdest tower obby games I've ever played. Like, the game itself has like an 8% like ratio. Most people dislike it, but let me go ahead and show you why. So when you first join into the game, it seems pretty normal. It's a whole normal looking obby where you control people by slapping them. Fall down. Yeah, and for the most part, it is a pretty normal obby. But then the higher you go up in this obby game, the more weird symbols you start finding throughout it. Yeah, so there's this one here. I went ahead and grabbed a snapshot of it and made ChatGPT translate it. So this says that it's the Sigil of Lucifer. Oh geez, okay. So it is associated with modern Satanism. So yeah, already this game is starting to look a bit weird, but it actually gets worse than that. Like really, really bad. Because once you're close to beating the game, you'll find another symbol up here that you can actually just walk up to the wall and enter through it. Here, you'll notice some strange things. So you'll enter what seems to be like a church here, but then there's also that strange symbol. And if you thought that was it, no, there's actually way more than just that. You can enter through this picture here and see a more disturbing version of this church. Yet the creator of the game has put a lot of weird things inside this thing. One notable is that there's this skeleton here, as well as a tombstone that says RIP Obby King Noir 2025. Yeah, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but there's still more to access. See, there's a lot.
You just need a starting point. GoDaddy gives you the tools, the expert support, and the push to make it
2025. Yeah, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but there's still more to access. See, there's a ladder right here that you could just jump through, go through this. So going through this little obby area, you could jump through this picture, and again, it's a whole creepy version of the obby we just did. Yeah, and once you go through this picture frame, you enter this strange room with a whole bunch of pictures of like AI Jesus or something. But yeah, with these, you can actually jump through them, and you'll find some text here. I went ahead and translated this text, and it's actually Arabic for God that is also green in color. Not really sure what it's trying to imply there, but then the more pictures you jump through, the more disturbing it actually starts getting. Like, there's this room right here. I guess it's a bathroom, but there's a strange cyborg machine being made here. It's kind of gross, not gonna lie. There's also this symbol here as well. You also see the restroom mirrors. One of them is broken, revealing a giant camera that's actually just spying in the bathroom. And again, there's some text here that translates to, now is not the time to go to the bathroom. Then in this picture over here, if we turn around, there's this text that actually translates to, don't be too curious or you'll find things you don't like. Then if we proceed further down the staircase, you'll see a weird body of this demon creature. And then finally, there's this picture here that if we go through it and just jump straight down, the secrets continue. Yet, so here it seems to be like a whole ruined building, and walking past it, you get through like this weird obby room, where at the end of the obby, you just find a whole bunch of like beating hearts here. You can actually hear them too. But yeah, passing that room, you go into this giant tree area where if you turn around, there's this picture as well as some text here that says, remember that he always watches you. Go ahead and do this short little obby area to get to the tree, and then go ahead and jump inside the tree. Because oh boy, it only gets more disturbing from here, not gonna lie. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of different like body parts in this ball pit. It says dead end, but go ahead and ignore that, and now enter this cave here. Yeah, so now the spawn checkpoint turned into a Ouija board, I guess. I don't really want to show this obby area, so we're just gonna like black it out, and I'm just gonna like skip through it. It's honestly pretty offensive, but yeah, at the end of the obby, there's this text that says, do not enter. But yeah, if you still do enter it, there's some text here that says, the one who fell. And go ahead and pause if you want to read this whole thing, but it pretty much references the story of the devil that fell from heaven. Even on the right here is this portrait of the real life painting, The Fallen Angel, which is a famous painting from 1847, where a lot of people interpret this angel as Lucifer after his expulsion from heaven. Yeah, the painting itself is actually quite interesting. You can see the angel's eye with a little tear streak on it, pretty much showing this angel's either sadness or rage, possibly wanting revenge for losing his access to heaven. But yeah, if you go ahead and jump through that, there will be a whole teleporter here, where if you go through it, it teleports you to Tower Troll Free Laser. Because this isn't just one creepy Roblox game. No, this is three Roblox games filled with a lot of dark secrets that all tell one giant story. So yeah, this laser obby game is pretty much the same thing, where at first glance it seems totally normal. You could troll people by shooting them. Now the entire obby is totally normal. There's nothing creepy at all until you finally beat the game, because at the end of the obby there's this whole thing that says you winner. But if you go to the scoreboard area and shift lock, you can actually see some hidden rooms here, meaning that there's something hidden behind the scoreboard. So that's right, if you go through it, again, you'll find a church. And the church itself isn't really creepy. It's these floating heads here that kind of give a weird, eerie look to it. But again, that's not all. I figured you could just go through the pictures and find an alternate version of the church. Again, this one's all destroyed. There's a lot more creepy pictures hidden inside it as well. Oh, I remember that chain. That was from the other obby game that was targeting me. But yeah, what is going on inside these obby games? What is the story that the developer is trying to tell us here? Well, let's go ahead and keep exploring. So yeah, if you climb up the pillar here, you'll notice some other creepy things like this symbol here that you could just walk through. Here, I believe that's Andros, which is the main bad guy from Star Fox 64. Oh yeah, look, I was right. But yeah, if you do this short little obby here, you'll see some text that asks, you want more? And so we do shift lock. You notice that there's not really any more secret buildings. So is that all the secrets in this game? Well, not really. Because remember that gravestone, Obby King Noir? Well, once you beat this obby area and enter this teleporter, it'll actually take you to a map called Obby King Noir. And here is the final obby that'll give us answers as to what's going on with these games. So this game is much more different than the other two obby games. Like literally upon joining it, you'll start hearing some strange cries. Oh, and I just found out that you can go through this painting here. What is this? Is this Buddha? Oh, and then there's also some text here that says it's too early to be looking for this, meaning that there's a lot more dark secrets throughout this game. And believe me, yeah, that's true. So yeah, this obby is a bit different, where it's not a regular tower type obby, but again, for the most part, it seems pretty normal.
Now 50% with discount code IPR50. Get over 34 million IPs you can trust. No block.
it seems pretty normal until you reach this part of the game. Because here, if you enter this room, you notice this obby area, but you'll also notice this strange triangle. Well, if you walk through it, you'll see a split up brain. It's actually kind of gross looking, not gonna lie. But there's also like some text as well that says, in its prison of bone, chained the brain whispers in the darkness, a sad organ, always exhausted, beaten in the shadows of loneliness. So I believe the story that's being told here is that the developer or someone in here is feeling sadness and betrayal. But again, there's more secrets, because once you beat the obby area, you'll see the sign that says you winner, but if you jump across the vending machine, you'll notice a long dark hallway. So if you go ahead and walk across it, you'll come across some text here that says you are very curious, you want some donuts, smiley face. Oh, but there's more than just that. There's some text here that says please don't investigate any further, but if you jump through the portrait, you'll start seeing some more dark things in this game. There's a text here that says okay, take the rose and you can go. Go ahead and keep walking and you'll find this little cave area, as well as get an award that says Curioso. Yeah, it's another weird map that this developer made. Not really sure what these portraits mean. There's some text here that says, does God love you? I noticed that there's like a stairway up here. So to get up there, you just go ahead and jump on the candle and then up the ladder, go up, and then you'll see a long tunnel. Go ahead and enter it and you'll see more text that says, where are you going? And then there's like this weird invisible looking thing here. And again, there's some more obstacles along the way. So once you complete the obby, you just jump down the red water. I hope that's red water and not something else. And you'll enter this white room here. It says, don't worry, just enjoy the art. And not gonna lie, that's a pretty strange artwork right there. But what's also strange is a hidden message in this room. You can go ahead and pause if you want to read it, but on the bottom it says, look at the image, for it holds destiny. It is not just paint, it is the only way. Meaning that the next secret lies within the painting. So I thought at first we're just supposed to stare at the painting and then it was gonna like teleport us somewhere else, but then this person just started climbing on top of it. So yeah, there's just an invisible ladder there. But yeah, proceeding onward, there's a lot more weird human anatomies along the way, but once you complete that, jump on this skeleton's head and then you'll enter this room here. And behind this painting is some more text that you can pause to read it. It says, look at the image, for it holds destiny. It is not just data, it is the only threshold. The path ends above the black mirror. Yeah, so black mirror, I think that's a keyword for these televisions, because when the TV's off, it's literally a black mirror. But yeah, right here, there's a ladder that you can climb up on top of the TVs, and then there's a vent that you can go through. Follow the path, and you'll continue on to another weird obby area. Upon completing the obby, there's some more text that says, just follow my instinct. If you go through the painting, again, it gets even weirder, with some text saying, only the pure can advance. But yeah, upon climbing up the stairs here, you'll see some more text that states, don't worry, God's heart keeps pumping. Yeah, so I'm starting to get the sense that this game developer probably has some sort of religious trauma. I think at some point they were very religious, but then something happened that caused them to enter a dark path. But yeah, once you pass through this like meat slaughter area, you'll see some more weird things. Again, personally, I feel like this game is pretty offensive, not gonna lie. We're just gonna skip over some of the obbies that I had to do there. But yeah, upon completing them, there's some text on the top that says, what is the true face of God? As well as some text on the bottom that says, the spirit of humanity. And yeah, in this room, there's just a whole bunch of different images, faces of humans, beasts, and other creatures. Then you'll enter a maze here that says, do you want more? We are this much closer to uncovering the truth of this entire game. So at the end of the maze is this like weird fireplace area where at first glance it doesn't seem like anything, but honestly I just kept like jumping around and eventually I found a ladder. Here you'll see some text, do you dare to enter the mouth of God? And yeah, you'll see this weird creation that the developer made where yeah, it's kind of offensive with some of the obby stuff. We're just not gonna show this at all, but once you reach the end of the obby, it says he wasn't crazy, he was the only sane one. Humanity didn't believe him. They laughed and locked him up. Now you must wake up. But who did humanity laugh at? And who did they lock up? Well, if you proceed onwards, you realize that all of this creation, everything in here is actually the game developer's mind. Because in here, you realize that he's actually in an insane asylum. There's some text here that says, what does it matter now? My voice is gone, only the echo remains, but I still hold on. God, if you hear me, I'm still here. Yeah, so kind of like with my suspicion early on, it seems like the creator of this game has some sort of religious trauma. There's even some more text here that says, everything you saw wasn't real. It was a broken memory, an echo of what once was. And you can actually go through this text here and uncover some more. God no longer lived in the heavens, but in the machine. Proceed on, you'll see some some more text. You tried to warn us. You wanted to save us, but they didn't listen. They just locked you up. By dint of pills sleeping in an internal cycle, you forgot who you were and turned the pain into dreams. Your mother never stopped loving you. Even though she couldn't understand you, now she rests beneath your bed as a silent witness to your truth. And that's the last message that I could find in this game. But I got curious. She rests beneath your bed. What exactly does that mean? Well, if you run back to the insane asylum room, underneath the bed is the exact body the developer was referencing. So it seems like in this game, he was trying to warn people of some impending doom, but no one would listen. Instead, they sent him into an insane asylum, and now he has this internal battle with religion. All these obby games with all those creepy things in them, how it kept changing from good to bad, that was his internal struggles with religion. Now, not gonna lie, a lot of it is still pretty offensive. I'm pretty sure it's like a myth thing, but it's definitely a strange one for sure. There might be some more secrets in there, so if you do find any more, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.